Hi everyone, this is the reading for the life path number 2. If you don't know what your life path number is, there's a link in the description to my video explaining what it is. So go check that out, figure out your life path number, and if it's a 2, I'll see you back here. This is a new series on my channel that I think will just kind of help to connect more with the viewers, okay? So those of you with a life path number 2 are known as the mediator for your ability to create balance and harmony. The 2 is a gentle personality, always on a mission to understand other people through their profoundly empathic nature. 2 lives within their hearts and tend to see themselves as an agent of peace. 2's empathy drives them to want to protect others from harm. The 2 person tends to be supportive and avoids conflict. If 2 does become caught in conflict, their empathy may be overshadowed by their reactionary shadow side. The 2 prefers to be of service to others and has a strong craving for love. 2 wants to share love and be loved in return. Indeed, the 2 wears their heart on their sleeve. 2 thinks about others' comforts, sometimes to their own detriment, and 2 may have the tendency to give too much of their time and energy to others. They must learn to set boundaries if they are to properly help others heal as they are meant to do. Okay, so that is a description of life number 2, and I'm going to roll this die to see what the overall message is for all you 2s out there. So let's see, what is the overall message for those with a life path number of 2? And you have 4. So life path number 1 actually also got a 4, but your message is a focus on family is important. You must make the effort to connect with your loved ones and deepen your relationships. So while the 4 in life path number 1 was all about finances and stuff, yours is all about the home life. It's all about connecting with your family and your loved ones, okay? So let's see what your more direct message is. This is a message for any of you who are actually here to see this video. So while that was for just the general 2 energy, this is for you who's here to see this video and whose energy is connecting with mine to make this. So for those of you who are here, what is your direct message from your higher self, from your ancestors, your deity, God, goddess, what have you, those beings in the universe that guide each and every one of us? What is your message for those 2s who are here for this reading today? Please and thank you. You have Pandora's gift. Okay, so this is a reminder that there's something in your life that maybe you've been taking for granted, or there's some skill of yours that you may not have even recognized that you had, and now it's starting to show itself as a gift to you, as something for you to be happy about, to be proud of, to celebrate, to feel supported. I think this is a very positive energy too, because we have another 4 in this number. This is card number 45. Which also comes to a 9, which tells me you're coming to the end of any confusion that you may have had, even though I'm not really feeling that there has been much confusion just yet. But you are coming to the end of not seeing whatever gifts are there for you. So if things haven't been necessarily working the way you've wanted them to, really try to look at the possibilities of the situation and what it's actually bringing to you more than what you may have lost in the situation. Okay, so let's see if we can get a little bit more information. So please tell us more about this Pandora's gift. What is the message trying to tell 2s? Okay, so what is Pandora's gift about for the 2s who are here today? What is the message for the 2s who are here for this particular reading today? Please and thank you. You have the Emperor, right? So like I said, you may have been working towards something and now you're able to see the gift that you have, or the talents that you have. The Emperor speaks to being disciplined, to having some sort of self-control or self-discipline. It also speaks to great balance. So you might just be finding that you have a good head for, dealing with interpersonal relationships, or dealing with being a mediator. So you might actually just have family who's like kind of butting heads or going at each other, and then you realize, you know, I have the gift to calm everybody down. I can just talk to them. I'm very disciplined and very organized, and so let me figure out all the drama so that nobody else has to like argue or go through struggle. So let's pull just a couple more cards, see if we can learn a little bit more about what's going on here. We're going to pull a card for your soul message, we're going to pull a card for your heart message, and we're going to pull a card for your physical, earthly, mundane message. Then we have one more card to pull, but those are the first three we're going to go with. So let's start with your soul message using the Vice Versa Tarot. For whoever this reading is meant for, what message is their soul trying to get across to them? For the twos out there, those number twos, those life path twos, those destiny number twos, those who are known as the mediator, what messages do we have coming from their soul? Those who are here to watch this video, what message do we have from their soul? What is their soul trying to get across to them or get out to them? Please and thank you. You have the Six of Coins. Okay, so the Six of Coins typically means that you've been putting your energy into other people's problems a little bit much, and you may feel, you know, that you're responsible. Like on this side, it's saying basically that you're responsible for everyone else's problems. Well, this side is actually saying, hey, you gotta kind of relax and let that go. It's not your concern. You can watch things play out, but I don't think, even though I know I said here you may have the skill to be the mediator, I feel like you've been taking on a lot of other people's issues right now, and your soul is trying to tell you, okay, listen, make sure everything's okay at home. Make sure, you know, your family is stable. Make sure you're being there. Make sure you're appreciating the love that's already in your life. Instead of focusing on the problems that you have to solve all the time, instead of focusing on putting out fires, you know, maybe just try to relax and connect with your loved ones here. Okay, so let's see what your heart message is from the Chocole deck. What is the message from their heart or mind for whoever this reading is meant for the twos, not whoever this reading is meant for the twos specifically who are here? What is the message from their heart or mind? What is it trying to tell them? What is their heart trying to tell them? What is their mind trying to get out or get through them? For this reading, for the twos who are here to receive it, what is their mind and their heart trying to tell them? Please and thank you. You have the Devil, okay? So you're being tempted either to self-sabotage or to just having a bunch of negative thoughts, to, you know, just putting your energy in places that aren't really serving you. You're like, you don't want to deal with the problems anymore, and that's totally valid. Like, your soul is telling you, you know, it's not all on your shoulders. You don't have to be the one to lord over everything. You really need to work to find some balance and stability within yourself and within your family unit, within your home. But then your mind, I think, is feeling like tempted to either step out. Like, if you're in a relationship, you may be tempted to cheat. You may be tempted to just like leave your relationship behind because it's stressful. Like, you may be wanting to run away from your family for a while. Whatever it is, there's something, your mind is just like trying to get away from this current life, or trying to just push you towards a little bit of self-sabotage. And I do feel there's a lot of self-sabotage here that has to do with your family. So really be careful of like stepping out on your relationship. Be careful of starting arguments or starting fights or being very sharp-tongued when you speak with your family members. Try to speak gently with them today, okay? Because those relationships are very important for you right now. So let's see what your physical earthly message is for this day. This can be your health, your body, or your relationships. I have a theory of what it's going to be speaking towards, obviously. But let's see. For the physical, mundane energy surrounding the number 2 life path, what message should they receive for the number 2 life path concerning their physical, earthly energy, their physical body, mundane, real life pretty real world energy. What is the message for these twos who are here to receive it? Please and thank you, from their higher self to mine, through me and through these cards. What message on the physical should they receive? Okay, so we got the King of Coins jumping out here. That's just a jumper, so I'm going to lay that there. And then we're going to pull your card. You got the Hanged Man. I always call him the Hanging Man. So you got the Hanged Man and the King of Coins, right? So I do think you're kind of tempted to break away from your family life or from the kind of domesticity that you found yourself in. But I don't think that that's what you need to do. I think you are in a place where you're okay. You're just like imagining what it could be if you stepped out. Okay, there's this King of Coins coming along. It could be another person. It could be someone who is an earth sign. It could also be someone who is simply very flashy, like they come into your life and it feels like you're like, you know, they're just tempting you away from your life. They're like saying, hey, I can take you to Paris twice a year, and I can you know, give you all this stuff, but you gotta leave your husband and your kids behind. Or like, come live with me, but you know, you can't talk to your mom or your sisters anymore because they don't like me. Like anything that like someone seems like they're too good to be true, but what they're offering is taking you away from what stability you already have. I feel like you need to be aware of that, and you are kind of looking at that. You're kind of feeling like, oh, well, I've been really responsible. I've been really smart. I've taken care of people over and over again, and I'm kind of tired of taking care of people. So what if I did just kind of take myself out of the situation? What if I did just move away? Then what would happen? What if I did go be with someone else? Then what would happen? And I think you're kind of in this place with the Hanged Man physically where something in your life, and probably a person I'm feeling, is tempting you, like strongly tempting you. And it could be financial, but I feel like it's a person is tempting you away from your family, away from your loved ones, away from the circles you've built. So really be aware of that, because with the Hanged Man too, you're not necessarily paying as much attention. I always feel like the Hanged Man is he's very similar to the Fool, but I also feel like he's just got a lot of silly, fun energy. So he's not so serious. He's not like, you know, he's chilling, but he could just as easily hop down. Like he's not actually secured or tied up. So he's just kind of up there, upside down, because he's trying to look at things from different perspectives and look at the world in a different way. But the risk here is if you jump and take this action or take on this person, the situation that you're in is going to be turned upside down. Like the life that you have, the things that you've built, the things you've created. So I think this is caution. Be very careful of letting that whimsy, letting that sense of just wanting to be free and a little bit wild. Be careful of just following that, because I do think that you're tempted towards something that might pull you away from this connection and this strength. I think it's time to recognize the gift of your loved ones, to recognize the people who are in your life and what they're already trying to give you and what they're already like bringing to the table for you. Think about the foundations you've already built before you go and change up too much, okay? So let's see what your love message is. We're going to pull a card to see just kind of what the universe is trying to tell you concerning love. This doesn't have to be romantic love. It could be familial love. It could be personal love. It could be spiritual love. So just let's see what messages the universe is trying to bring to you concerning your love. And we did have a jumper, so I'm going to go ahead and show you that. Oneness is my true nature. Okay, and then let's see what the message is that we have for you. You have, I am unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. Okay, and then we have oneness is my true nature. So I feel that when it comes to love, you're seeking a connection and you kind of maybe just wanting to connect with just about anyone that comes around offering you connection. Like I said, they might seem too good to be true at first, but then there's always another shoe. There's always something that is going to put a kink in things, and if you're not prepared for that, it can make you feel a lot worse at the end. But here with oneness is my true nature, and I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. I do feel like if you focus on building the love that's already there for you and connecting with the people that are there for you, you're not going to be feeling this wanderlust that's going on in your heart. You're not going to be feeling this kind of disconnect, because you're going to know that the more you focus on creating that connection, creating that oneness with your circle, with the people who you trust and who are connected to your soul, the more you have that, the less you're going to be looking for something too far outside of the box. And that doesn't necessarily mean, that looking outside is bad. I just think in this case, this Pandora's gift is telling you to really reconsider before you go outside, before you leave the norm, okay? Before you leave the foundations you've already built and the connections you already have, all right? So let's just pull a couple of more cards to see what your closing energy is, to see if there's anything else we need to know or clarify. For this reading, for the twos out there, those with a life path number of 2, is there anything else we need to know in this reading? Is there any more for this story, for those in this life path number of 2? What more must we know? Please and thank you. You have the 3 of Swords. Yeah, so I feel like some of you are thinking of stepping out. You have the Queen of Cups. Maybe your heart is just not with your partner right now. You have the Moon. Maybe you're just unsure about whether or not this relationship is going to go well. And you have the Ace of Pentacles, which I think tells me that it will go well, but you're fantasizing about something outside of your relationship with that 4 of Cups that we had come out next. Okay, so with the 3 of Swords, like I said, there's a possibility that you or your partner is stepping out of this relationship, and with this, I feel like it's you. I feel like, and I do feel like this has to do with more romantic relationships, just because of this and this, because I can't really imagine, the issue of not necessarily hanging out with your family so much as stepping out of your relationship, your romantic relationship. And I do feel that some of you, it's a 3-party situation you're dealing with. There's either someone that you're tempted by or someone who wants you very strongly. I do think that you have very strong emotions for the person in your heart, and maybe you're just not sure who that person is. You're like, okay, I love them both, or I love this one person so much, but this other person fits all my boxes and is everything that I've craved. But I've been with this other person for like 5 years. So like you're really struggling with listening to your heart here. You're really struggling with knowing what your heart should do, because right now what your heart wants to do is tempt you into this. Like you're very much craving this third person. And I think, you need to take some time to listen to your intuition very, very closely. Like take some time to really connect again, because we have this 4 here, to connect with your loved ones and to really just say, okay, if I focus on building these current relationships, if I focus on the beauty and abundance that's already in my life, and avoid those that may want to disrupt it or take it away, if I get back into paying attention to my family and my loved ones, I think that's going to give you a great outcome. Let's see, I'm going to pull another card just to see if you're able to let go, because I don't think whatever this is that's attracting you, whatever it is that's distracting you and giving you this lusty feeling, this temptation, I don't think it's right for you. I really don't. I feel like with what we have here, and the just confusion that you have going on here, I think it's just maybe you're feeling a little bit bored or stagnant with that Hanged Man. It is possible that you're just feeling very bored with your current relationship or your current life. So what's the outcome if they continue on their trajectory, if the two continues on this path? The King of Wands, okay, I think that might be representative of your partner that you currently have, or the person that you're currently considering leaving. And then we have the Sun and the Six of Cups, okay? So I think if you can come back to realizing, you know, that this fantasy, this dream person is just a dream, that what they're offering to you looks too good to be true, because it is, and realize that what you have right now is solid and full and fulfilling. When you realize that, I think you're going to find that you have a lot more passion in your relationship, and everything, like, the outlook is really good. You're going to, I think you need to take some time to remember all the good stuff in your relationship, remember the things, because the Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia, okay? So remember all the good things in this relationship, remember the things in your past that made you happy together, and what brought you together, and what made this relationship happen in the first place, okay? Don't give up on it yet. Don't give up on your partner yet. And whoever this King of Coins is, you know, you may be able to be their friend, but I would not say that you should be jumping into the boat with them just yet, okay? So that is your message, twos. Thank you so very much for being here. I will see you next time. Again, if you want to know more about this series, there is that link in the description. Go check that out. And thank you so much. Have a beautiful, amazing night, and I'll see you next time. Remember always that I love you. Bye.